Hey guys, welcome back to the Poor Investor. Today I'm going to be doing a quick thing with this whole Oculus. It was brought over from a little cousin of ours, and he's only 8 years old. And I know this is not meant for younger children. I think you have to be at least 13. So obviously I took it off his hands and he's playing with my son. Now I'm going to list 5 things that I'm not too crazy about with this Oculus. So stay with me on this one, guys. All right, guys. So this is the new, I guess it's Facebook. Literally, it's metaverse. And I mean, it's interesting. It's really unique in a way that, for older people, even for myself, it's I find it too, I guess it's something too new for me to grasp or understand. And I do have 5 things I really do not like about this. All right. And I'm gonna go through, I may even add an extra one just for kicks because I just find it pretty annoying. I'm gonna actually add the first one right now. The first one is I've been trying to pair it with the software, Airlink it, or even with the USB-C cable, and I was not successful. I cannot for the life of me get it onto this application because what I wanted to ultimately do was record myself playing while you see what I'm seeing in the screen, which is a nice feature if it worked. But unfortunately, it didn't work. So now I'm just doing a regular video saying or announcing the 5 things that I'm not too crazy about. For myself, at least. It's not, maybe not for everyone. Maybe not everyone's going to experience the same experiences that I did. Well, there is a few things that I wasn't too good at maybe, and I just need to get used to it. But unfortunately, I think it may be more than 5. So I already named one, right? I couldn't even get this damn thing to link into the software. 2, I can't even keep my glasses on while putting this headset on because space is very limited. It's not like it's a goggle. If you try to even attempt to put it on with your glasses will just get ruined, meaning it'll be crushed against your face. Number 5, all right? And this may or may not be in order of like importance. It's just 5 things that I found not too great about playing with this. Number 5 is your sense of balance. If you're playing certain games and you're stationary, like you get formed this little circle, a blue circle, and I wish I could show you guys. Maybe when I figure it out and I'll do another video, but your sense of balance, especially if you're playing some roller coaster game that's, usually the free games, and you're looking around like, you're all over the place, you can easily lose your balance. And I can see why people, crack their heads open, or your sense of environment is totally shot, is gone, because your visual, your hearing is all within this little goggle, and you're just like, you can easily hurt yourself. If you're not that young and you're prone to like injuries, I suggest you sit down or lie down while playing this, okay? Don't stand up. Number 4, when you're watching videos, and I was doing it, I was watching my own videos in this, and I felt like I was in a movie theater because the screen is like, even though visually the screen looks like it's 100-inch, TV screen or a movie theater screen, the sound, depending on how loud you have it, people can hear it. Like, so don't watch anything you're not supposed to. Anyone who's close, within like feet away from you, can hear everything that you're watching. So that was a bad thing, right? So luckily I wasn't watching anything I wasn't supposed to, and it was just my own videos because I wanted to see how the whole YouTube experience was on the Oculus. Number 3, because little cousin brought this over, and he was 8 years old, 9 years old, and my son is also the same age. Once you have this on, you're in your own world, meaning no one else can see what the hell you're doing, especially if it's not hooked up or synced to a laptop or the app. You just become literally like a hermit crab that you isolate yourself, and you can't you can't interact with anyone else unless someone else has this in the family, and then you're just online, and whoever else is online, you're playing with them. I can understand if you're like alone and you're not playing in a group environment, then okay, then you could put this on and just enjoy it, right? But if you're in an environment where the Switch, let's just say we have the Nintendo Switch, and there's 4 kids in the house, they can all play together and interact. We are not, or no one is going to buy 4 of these and have them around because they're just so, bulky, and I think it's cumbersome to have when, but it's not meant for kids. So that's end of that, right? But if you were 13 and you had a bunch of 13-year-olds carrying this around. I mean, one, for a 13-year-old, the parents have to be really, really, I wouldn't say really well off, but for $300, the Oculus 2 or Quest, is it Oculus Quest 2 or Oculus 2? See, I'm not even familiar with it. I had to look it up as well. Not really for a party environment. It's nice to, like, all right, show off, like, you know, have one friend test it out and play with it and then take turns, but it's just not really interactive with your social environment, your immediate social environment. Not so much using your Facebook and logging in and playing with other friends who you haven't seen for years on Facebook, or, you know, your virtual friends. All right, so that's number 3. Like I said, it's not meant for kids, but even for a 13-year-old and, you know, preteens, there is no parental control on this. Anything that you have, if you have a primary account that is logged in to make purchases and do whatever, you have your text messages and your emails coming in on this, whoever uses it and they decide not to create a new account, there's no way of locking it. So that's a downside, I think. You know, if I ever decided, or anyone decides to give this to a child or a teen, they can go snooping. So unfortunately, that's the downside to that. Maybe there'll be updates to the software that will prevent that later on. But from what I have read and what I've researched, the parental guidance does not exist, meaning you can't filter out what type of games or what kind of content or any type of web filtering. You may be able to do it outside of the Quest based on your internet connectivity, meaning you have like firewalls in place or, you know, software in place to prevent that. But I'm not sure how, once it gets to the Oculus, what opens up and what's allowed. Okay. Well, number 1, was I counting down? 5, 4, 3, 2? Yeah, I was counting down, right? So the one thing, the last one item, I would say everything is just, it's one player. I mean, to constantly have this on and off is really annoying, and especially if you get worked up while playing this headband area gets really sweaty. Like you can feel it, like it's soaked. It's like when you're playing, I don't know if you ever went snowboarding or you play paintball. If you're like constantly moving, you're gonna generate some you're gonna perspire and you're gonna create some sweat. That's the downside. This one player thing, literally, it should be just one player. If you were swapping this between people, I don't think for me is just disgusting, because then you feel like a dampness on this headband. Of course, I believe these are replaceable, but I don't think anyone's really gonna have extra pairs, like for who, and I guess the maintenance part of it, you just have to wipe it down, but for it to dry and all that. So that's like the 5 things, but I actually named like 6 or 7 because I think 6 was like I couldn't even connect it to the software. I really wanted to show you guys. So what is my ultimate take on the Oculus? It's I would pick it up only because I want to do a more extensive review, and I would love to see how they, you know, update or upgrade going forward, fixing some of these bugs that they have currently. I know I didn't name all the functionality of the software, but I named more of the physical aspect of what 5 things of why I didn't like the Oculus too much. Of course, there were certain things I did like, and I'll probably do that another video, but I want to thank you guys for being here, and maybe this is the future, so we'll see. All right, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again really soon.